New York State is an innovation powerhouse. We are just at the forefront of new inventions and technology developments. We're creating and manufacturing them. Key to investing in this innovation economy is Empire State Development's Division of Science, Technology, and Innovation, NYSTAR. NYSTAR-funded centers work daily to advance technology innovation and commercialization in New York State, offering programs that assist companies from startup through maturity, leveraging the state's unparalleled investment in world-class technology assets and expertise. Real people, real stories, making a difference in our future.
You are in the Magic Spell Studios here at RIT. So one of the main goals of the Digital Gaming Hub is to help support the local game development industry. And now we do that through providing mentoring, providing events that kind of lift up the local industry and what's happening. And the point of this is to really shine a spotlight on the local industry. We really want to draw attention to it and let people know what is currently going on in the industry. Digital games are a young medium, and they're an exciting medium. And currently we're using them to explore new ways of talking to one another, of new ways of interacting with one another, and of new ways of telling stories. These are games that students are going to start companies with. These are games that are going to kickstart careers for students, as well as independent developers who are starting their own businesses. They're getting national attention, statewide attention as well, for their projects. A lot of video games are considered entertainment, but games can be used in things like military simulation and medical simulation, and we're seeing more and more of that. And those partnerships are going to happen when we step outside of the entertainment industry. This challenge, as well. New York is an excellent place right now to be part of the game industry because you really have this incredible opportunity to decide what it looks like moving forward and what it will be like 5, 10 years from now.
The New York State Science and Technology Law Center, which we're calling now the Innovation Law Center, does a lot of things. First of all, we've been around for almost 30 years. We define innovation as taking technology and making money with it, and taking an invention and introducing it to the market. That's innovation. So this is the meat of our service. Landscapes, we do 4. We do one on intellectual property. We do a landscape on the competition. We'll do a landscape on the market, and we'll do a landscape on the regulatory environment. Because no one is going to get their tech to the market without having some basic information on those 4 areas. Some of the most memorable projects I have to do with technology that was born in New York State, cultivated in New York State, and is succeeding in New York State. So one is ESF, which is a forestry school, and the head of research over there is Dr. Chris Nomura, and he had this technology which had to do with a biodegradable polymer that could go inside the body, and he had conceived of a way that that could be used for scaffolding for the tissue regeneration. In other words, if you're going to grow a new organ for somebody or grow a new tissue for somebody, you can do it inside their own body. And we helped him look at the patent landscape, the competition, the market, and the regulatory environment, which of course is the FDA aspects. We're here as a resource for all of these idea-rich organizations and people to see if their idea could get to the marketplace. Perhaps to make New York State, make the world just a better place.
The Brooklyn Fashion and Design Accelerator is a part of Pratt Institute, and what we're focused on doing is helping emerging apparel brands become successful. And success for us isn't just financial success, but it's the idea that you're going to reduce your impact on the environment, and you're also going to think about ethical labor, and you're going to think about how's technology influencing how my business is going to grow. And when you point your iPhone at it, the jacket kind of grows virtual wings. This is a safety jacket, and then these are turn signals. They actually light up. I like to think of this as sort of our sexy tactile. As you unzip your jacket, the lights go down. At the BFDA, we're really interested in having an impact on emerging companies. So these are smaller scale companies. We call them micro companies. They come in, they're making $30,000 a year. Our goal is to get them up to $250,000 to $500,000 companies. So they really go from that micro stage to officially a small business. I think the thing that excites me most is the fact that I'm surrounded by people who care about the world. Every person who works here, who's starting a company here, is deeply committed to making the world a better place. Everybody comes through New York. It's so easy to get things done here because it's so easy to get access to people here. Access to smart people, people who really have answers. And being in Brooklyn, we're in a creative, I think of us as the creative center of the universe. There's just so much creativity that you can tap here as well.
The Center at New York Medical College has a large impact on both the community and companies. We help the community prepare for disasters, terrorism, and mass casualty events, training EMS, law enforcement, fire services, but also business to schools, hospitals, how to prepare and respond. We have rooms set up to mimic what might be a bomb-making facility, a meth lab, and we have mannequins that simulate actual patients. They talk to you, they bleed. We have a sensory overload and deprivation room, and sometimes you may go into an area with no sound, no vision and get lost, and in other times you may have different distractions. And so under fire and in these very difficult rooms and situations, law enforcement, EMS and fire learn how to protect the public, protect themselves, and provide medical care to those who need it. Our research helps in multiple ways. At the basic science research level, it's really designing antidotes and countermeasures to terrorism or chemical agents. But also it's an applied research which is saying when you have a mass casualty event of hundreds of people showing up at a hospital, how does the hospital manage those patients? How do they creatively use their medical technologies in novel ways to be able to respond appropriately? One of the great things we're able to do at New York Medical College Center of Excellence, and this really resonates with me as a pediatrician, a former first responder, is we're providing people the tools to prevent issues such as disaster, terrorism, but even more importantly, once some of those events happen, it can make the difference between someone being saved and someone not being saved. Having a police officer, an EMS, a firefighter who can go into these complex situations, provide medical care, and bring someone out and save their life is one of the great things we're able to do.
So our center is WIN, the Western New York Incubator Network. So we began operations as WIN in 2014, and since that time we've provided direct assistance to more than 70 companies. We have helped companies that have gone on to raise more than $50 million in outside money and create 150 new jobs here in Western New York. Buffalo is an incredible place to live and work and to raise a family. And in the last couple of years, all of us in economic development in Buffalo have really stepped up our game to make this a better place to start businesses as well. So entrepreneurs are interesting characters, and they're always thinking about the future and how they can grow toward the future. And increasingly what we see is them looking to us to link them to the student talent coming out of UB. And over we're hearing from startup companies that we support that they want our help in accessing student talent at the university. And so in the year ahead, we're rolling out a number of programs that do exactly that. So something else that we're rolling out right now is called Inclusive Launch. That's a program where we prepare minority and female students in STEM and business fields with entrepreneurial opportunities. What we're seeing is renewed interest and enthusiasm in entrepreneurship in Buffalo. We're really moving the needle, and the numbers are growing year on year. So we've made enormous strides in the last couple of years. We've helped companies do some incredible things that were never possible here in Western New York. It's been so exciting to see the growth that we've had. And really what we need to do is to continue to grow and to continue to improve, to bring in outside expertise.
I MSAC is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership Center for New York City. It's also known as the MEP Center for New York City. So what the MEP is a network of consulting organizations that are working throughout the U.S. And here in New York State, there are 11 centers. We help small and medium-sized manufacturers with their needs. And essentially, they come to us for help with growing their top line and their bottom line. So we help them address their needs and make sure that they are as competitive as possible. And in terms of jobs created and retained, we are over 5,400. So we're really proud of the impact we have not only on, on our clients, but also on the entire communities. The most rewarding part of the job is the ever-increasing number of repeat customers that we get throughout the state. So people will first come to us for a specific problem, but then they'll come back again for something else because we will have done a good job on the first part. So they will come back to us again and again, and we become a trusted advisor. So New York State is a fantastic place for manufacturers to be in. Some of the best creative minds come to New York, and that helps. The access to them also helps manufacturers here.
The Imprint Center is the center in New York State that's dedicated specifically to 3D printing and additive manufacturing. So we work with companies and other researchers around the state to develop new 3D printing processes, like next generation processes. We develop new materials that are used in the 3D printers, and we work on novel applications that take advantage of the unique things that you can do with 3D printing. We have what I feel is a world-class facility here, and a lot of companies come in to take advantage of the facilities and the faculty and staff that we have here. So one of the major focus areas for us is making very lightweight parts, and we do that using what we call engineered cellular materials. The body of this was printed on this 450MC 3D printer. One of the students who plays guitar, he assembled it for us. If you work in 3D printing, it's pretty hard not to be excited when you come into work in the morning. It's a very rapidly developing technology, and there's something new almost every day. This is not a small discipline. There are people from every corner of campus. It's just really exciting developing next generation technology with people from all these different disciplines. I travel all over the country, and when I describe the system that New York State has for pairing companies and universities and government to get the technologies transferred, people's jaws drop. They say, oh God, I wish my state had that. I haven't heard of a single state that has anything like that.